You are an inspired vision, and yours is to inspire. Yours is to teach. Yours is to express. Yours is to live, is to give, is to share, is to be a vessel of your gifts and talents. That is what you are called for. You are called for greatness. You are called for greatness. Yes, because greatness lies within you. Because you are a manifestation of greatness. Because you are a manifestation of a vision. Yes, because you are created specifically, specially, uniquely designed for whatever gift or talent that you possess that is aligned with your purpose. You are called. You are called to fulfill a purpose. Now, I don't know who this is for. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who resonates with this. But if this feels like your truth, please lend me your ear. Greetings, beautiful soul, and welcome to my channel, The Optimist Hub. My name is Yanga, and today's video, I want to talk about how you are a vision that is meant to be on a mission. Yes, on a mission that is aligned with your passion. No. Yes, guys, you are an inspired vision. The higher power literally thought of you. Your existence, your presence is a vision. And your presence is a manifestation. And the manifestation of your presence is purpose. Because your presence has purpose. Now, this video is for someone who might kind of be feeling lost, like you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing. You know, you're trying to figure out life. Things are not really making sense. Sometimes it seems like it's clear. Sometimes it feels like you are weathering the storm. Sometimes it feels like the path is smooth. Sometimes it feels like you are not even sure if you pursued the right path, if you're walking in the right shoes. Sometimes the environment is not allowing. Sometimes you feel like it is bleak, it is gloomy. You feel like, what am I even doing? And then you feel like, what is my purpose? What is my reason? And I think we live in a generation and a time that pressurizes, the whole, you need to find your purpose and you must know what you are, and it's like, you have to have things figured out. And the thing is, though, life is really just a series of journeys. It's one long journey that is made up of multiple journeys. And in the little journeys that we take, on the little paths that we are treading on, that form part of this huge path that we're walking on, this journey, right? There's a lot of lessons, a lot of experiences that we encounter, that we are meant to encounter. Some are nice, they're good, they feel right. Some, they're character building. They are the worst feeling ever. It's like, what? Why me, right? But every experience comes with a lesson. And this very lesson is very important for your soul's advancement, for your soul's progression, for you to grow spiritually, right? Again, we are spiritual beings having a human experiences, not humans having a spiritual experience. So it is always very important to come back home to self, the self that is the spirit, right? That is why I often say, whatever it is that aligns with your spirit, that aligns with your soul, that your intuition feels like this is what it is, that's what you need to go with. That's what you need to go for. And sometimes we listen to our intuition and then we experience the worst, experiences in life. But don't you for a second ever start doubting your intuition just because you had a bad or unfavorable experience. That experience was necessary for you to grow, to evolve as a soul, as a spirit, as an energy, because you are that, right? And oftentimes I say your intuition is your internal compass, right? This is your map. This is your blueprint. We ought to listen to it because that's where, or rather that's what guides us, right? And I think sometimes we are led to paths that that are unfavorable because, like I said, we have to learn. Because at the end of the day, they often say life is also not about just the destination. It is about the journey. And so if you feel lost, I also want to say, have grace on yourself, right? Have mercy on yourself, please, because you are doing life for the first time. Like, you've never been here before. Even if you might have, you won't remember, right? Hypothetically speaking. You're doing life for the first time as you. And so there's no map. There's no guide. Yes, we have a typical blueprint of go to school, primary, secondary, tertiary, get a job, get married, have kids. Like, we have that blueprint. The blueprint is not always going to work for us. Not for all of us. Not everyone wants to finish school. Not everyone wants a typical generic type of job, right? There are people who are philosophical, who are artists at heart, who are, whatever it is that they just don't want to pursue that traditional route. There are people who just don't want to have kids. There are people who want to have kids, they can't. There are people who want to pursue the non-traditional route, they can't because of circumstances and financial reasons. There are people who want to finish school, but they can't. So our life circumstances, these are just examples. Our life circumstances are not the same, and they're never going to be the same. And we're all, placed on earth with a predetermined life already, because the higher power already knows how your life is going to pan out. There is a reason why you were born. And I think life really is about figuring out that reason without putting pressure on ourselves, because we also like to have this thing of, oh, by this certain age I need to have this, and if I don't have this figured out at the age of 30 or the age of 40, people start labeling themselves as failures, and oh my god, it's like, I'm telling you now, even a 60-year-old is figuring life out because you're doing life for the first time, right? Like, nobody really knows how to navigate this thing. We just go with the flow, and we just immerse. The best that we can do is to immerse ourselves in the moments and in the experiences that we have in this lifetime, and try your best in everything that you do. Give it your all, so that way you'll never have a feeling of regret, right? Yeah, and I think that's about it, guys. With that said, beautiful soul, may goodness and grace lead you to greater heights of success. Namaste.